Hello, season's greetings. I'm the Fairy Voice Mother. Today I'm going to be talking to you about masks and why they're bad for your voice. And more importantly, because whenever there's a problem, there's a solution, how to get around it and keep your voice healthy and spick and span and sounding good. No, it's not Christmas, but why on earth should season's greetings be reserved only for Christmas? There is no mention of Christmas anywhere in season's greetings. It can be any season. Don't anyone tell you otherwise. You can wear a mask all day and breathe through your nose and you won't know the difference, but if you're in a job where you have to talk with a mask on for like 8 hours, you're going to suffer vocally for that. When you have a dry voice, you overcompensate. So because your vocal cords aren't fully closing because they're starting to get dry, so you're getting those it's kind of raspy between the edges of the vocal cords, you're over pushing because you want to try and force the vocal cords to close. So what happens is it's this vicious cycle of voice is dry, let's push and make sure they close. Oh, that didn't work, that just made it more dry. Eventually you can get a voice that sounds as bad as this if you overdo that and overdo that and overdo that and don't have a break. How can you prevent this? Well, number one, talk quieter. And I know what you're saying, I've tried that, and then everyone's like, what? Speaker. I know. So this people not being able to hear you problem has two solutions. Overpronounce your words. You can speak at a lower volume if you overpronounce your words because the person that's listening to you's brain will be able to fill in the gap. So I'm going to continue at this volume so it's quiet, but obviously you can hear me right now. And I'm not going to pronounce my words very much. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. You could probably hear me, but it's probably muffled. Now I'm going to keep this exact same volume, but I'm going to overpronounce them now. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. You'll probably see there that even if you couldn't actually properly hear it, you can kind of fill in the gap so the person won't need to ask you to repeat it unless they're just pedantic and annoying. Number 2. Speak with twang in a higher pitch. So when you speak or sing with twang, what happens is this little fella called the epiglottis comes over, puts a little lid over your vocal cords. So that means that the sound that the vocal cords produce is amplified, bigger. So it's kind of like if I was to throw a ping pong ball in this room, it'd be like loads of times because it's a small room. But if I was to throw a ping pong ball in a huge cathedral, it'd be like... That's the difference when you're speaking without twang, with twang. Without twang's open, I have to use a certain amount of power to project my voice. And when I speak with twang, I use a lot less power for more amplification. Okay, so I'm using the exact same amount of power as I did when I spoke like that. I'm not gonna lie, it's a funny old voice. Some people, if they've never done twang before because their natural voice, singing and speaking voice is beautiful and calm and relaxing like this, they are probably gonna struggle with twang because that is so different to how they talk. So if you are someone that speaks like this, I would suggest just raising your cheeks and overpronouncing your words. It's a process, but you can practice it and just basically you can do whatever you want as long as it feels good. So twang with caution is definitely going on a t-shirt. Anyway, without twang, the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Now with twang, I'm not going to use any more breath or power to project this. I'm just going to do the twang thing. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. So the twang thing does come with a slight precaution. If you speak like this all day and you don't stop and you just talk constantly like this all day, your larynx is going to start to get a little bit tired. Whenever you can, breathe into the belly and just slide throughout all of your range. Very quietly. Do what we call a resonant hum. So lips like this. And try this. Okay, and you can even do a couple more slides like just to even out any cracks that happen in the voice, and then you can go back to speaking with a little bit of twang, and it will give you more voice projection and you'll be able to use less power. So these steps are all easier said than done. You know, it's probably going to take you a while to implement them. I would say start with overpronouncing the words and speaking much slower. Don't let anybody rush you. Take your time, slow down, and pronounce your words. The world will wait for you to protect your voice, and if they don't, then that's their problem. You don't want to make it your problem by hurting yourself. It goes without saying, you've got to drink water. If you think you drink enough water, I'm telling you, you just don't. You've got to drink water all the time. Whatever makes drinking water more fun for you. Maybe you want a little straw, like me. Maybe you want to reuse your water bottle, like I'm reusing this GT's bowl.
Hi GT Dave, please give me a free computer, I love you, bye.
You take all of the advice that I've said today as just advice, and you listen to your voice and see what it needs. Okay, love you, bye!